Okay, so the most important thing is having the dimensions of everything, and the outside dimensions would be the best, because the tool that you're going to use is the shell tool. So for this container, you just go to create cylinder, and that's obviously how you start all of them. You can just select any plane you want to work off of. I always do this one. Click the middle and just drag this out, and then you just put in the diameter. This one is 95.25, and then hit enter, and then you can put in the height next, and this one was 79 millimeters, and then hit enter. To move the screen, you hold in the mouse wheel, and you can just drag the screen around. And then to use the shell, you click the shell, and then the surface that you want to put the hole into. And usually the containers are about 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters. You can just hit 6, and you can see I put the hole in there. So a lot of times what you'll want to do is have like a curved bottom on here, and to move the camera like that, you just hold shift and then hold the mouse wheel down. But to put like a curve at the bottom, you use the fillet tool and just click that, and then click the bottom edge. And then this is usually on variable, I believe, but I have it on constant. And then for like Kendra's container, what I did was I just did 30 millimeters, and that's how you got that curve. And then just hit enter. And then if you do the shell tool this way, it'll follow the curve all the way down to the bottom, which is kind of nice. And then to do like emboss or to put a logo on there, it's really hard to like put or to size it correctly. So usually what I do, if I'm going to size it to the way that I want, or if someone has a height that they want it to, I'll just create a box, and I'll put the box, mark it to where the height of the bottom of the logo is going to be, and then I'll put another box for how high or tall the font is, and I'll just align the image to those dimensions. But to do that, or to get it in there, you want to go to Insert, SVG from your computer, and then just select the file that you want, and then click the plane. And then you just grab the box here, and you can just drag it up to wherever you want. And then hit enter. And you can resize it with this part here to whatever size you want. And that's where you use it to align it to a box, to the size of the box that you wanted. And once it's the right size, right position, just hit enter. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this image on the front of this. So we have to move the container. And the easiest way, just go over here to the bodies. Click the body. Oh, well, I got to finish the sketch first. Once you're done loading the SVG in, positioning it, hit enter. It'll put the thing there. Then you have to click finish sketch, so it'll go back to solid. So then to move it, the container back so you can get this on the front, just select the body, hit move, and then put this so the image is in front of it, and then hit enter. And you click this. You can click the cube to like navigate easy too. So then to get this onto the container, you just hit create, emboss, and you just select the parts that you want projected into the container. And I always unclick tangent chain. For whatever reason, that messes it up sometimes. And you can pre-select whichever one you want it. Emboss or deboss. and then you just select the container, and then you can set the depth. Like I said, I usually do about 1 millimeter or half a millimeter, depending if I'm working off someone else's design. I'll try to mimic what they have on there, but usually I do 1 millimeter because then you'll have less snags with the silicone. It won't rip or catch or anything, and it's still, you can still read it. And I just hit OK. You have your image on there. And then to get it out of here, you go to Mesh, and then so the record things like right over here. Export, 3D print. Then you select the container here, and then what I do for refinement, because if you don't have it on like higher settings, it'll come out with a bunch of like, you know, lines and triangles and stuff. So you just set these up as high as you can, whatever your computer can handle. They can't handle that much, I guess, but especially with words, if it's like a simple container, I can max everything out and it'll come out like super smooth. But if there's words in there where there's like the angles and stuff, it really throws it off. And then you just get that going to however high your computer can do, and then uncheck this. That threw me off forever. I was like, how come I couldn't get this thing exported? And then hit OK. Then you just save it to whatever you want to call it, and then you can load it into whatever slicing program you want to use. And then to do like a rounded edge, which is really nice with a lid that has a rounded edge, you just click that edge there, hold shift, click this one so they're both selected, and then do the fillet, and then it's going to go in on both sides. So it's 6 millimeters, so do 3, and that'll give you a nice rounded over edge there. And then you can hit OK. And then for like a wick placement thing, you're going to want to do create cylinder, and then instead of clicking a plane, you can click the bottom of the container, and then it'll show you the center point. You can bring it out, and usually the wick tabs, I put them at 25 millimeters or about 1 inch, and then I only bring it up about half a millimeter, and that's it. You can do it inside too. You can do -0.5 or -1, so it'll be a recessed wick, but I think any kind of extra height might help with people burning too long. So but yeah, that's it.